Well, good morning and welcome to a much delayed show this morning. Predictably, of course, I had audio problems just as I tried to go online. I have no idea why. I think it was due to an update that happened on Windows overnight. It needed a restart, and for some reason the microphone wouldn't work. But anyway, it took me 12 minutes, well, 20 minutes to sort it out. So started 12 minutes late, but here at last. So, right, what we got for you today then? Well, due to things going on back here, I've been too busy to produce a full show today. So what I decided to do was give you an Elevenses Mini. It's a special on biking fitness, the first of several, hopefully, and I'll let you know when I can resume the full show. Now, years ago, when I was a courier all year round, I used to ride pretty much 12 months of the year, just a week off at Christmas, really. Christmas, New Year, maybe a couple of weeks if I really needed a break. But even my holidays were inevitably taken on two wheels. So really, I rode pretty much 300 and, well, certainly 50 odd days a year. So having spent far too many years as a result riding in awful weather, when I started bike training, I'd made the decision to actually take the whole of January off after the Christmas break, and that lasted for quite a few years as I was working in basic training. But now I run post-test training exclusively. I shut down pretty much when the weather deteriorates, whenever it gets too bad in November, so it's usually mid-November thereabouts. And aside from the odd course that I run locally on nice days, I don't start organising the timetabled courses on a regular basis until mid-March, and maybe even later if the spring's late and the weather remains cold, which it has done several times over the last few years. So as a result, well, I can be off the bike for between 4 and 5 months now, whereas before, as I said, a week was probably about the longest that I was regularly off the bike. And the problem is, of course, not riding for so many months, bar the occasional jaunt out when the weather's nice for myself for a short ride. It means actually losing some biking fitness. Now, this isn't something necessarily people think about. And as I say, back when I was riding day in, day out, it never really occurred to me there was any such thing as biking fitness. But as I get older, I confess that climbing back in the saddle after taking a break over winter, it does generate increasingly some creaks and aches at the end of the ride. So I found over the last 5 years or so that a gentle biking fitness regime helps me to stay ready to get back in the saddle for the following spring. But so I'm going to give you some tips over these special shows on actually how to preferably maintain, but how to regain fitness if you need to. But first, just a reminder, I'm not a medical professional. I am not a physical fitness expert either. So do consult with a healthcare professional or a fitness expert, especially if you have any pre-existing health issues. And remember, start any new fitness routine with gentle workouts, gradually building up the effort. Don't try to go all out on day one. So here's the first, as I said, of some exercises that will help you maintain or regain your fitness ready for your first rides of the year. So hopefully it will stop raining at some point in the not too distant future. And I believe that these exercises are particularly helpful for those of us who perhaps don't have the resilience of youth on our side anymore. So what do I do when I get back in want to get back into the swing of riding? Well, one of the things I always find a problem when I get back on the bike after a long break is the clutch. It always feels like it's stiffened up. Now, of course, the cable, the mechanism that operates the clutch, they can seize. If you get water down the cable, it can rust. And the mechanism itself can go stiff if it's not lubricated. So, but assuming that you've checked that and it's not actually a physical problem with the machine itself, the problem is likely to be that you've simply lost some strength in the muscles that operate your fingers. Now, these muscles actually sit here in your forearm. If you clench your fingers in and out, you can see them. You can actually see them there. The muscles moving. So that's where the muscles live that operate your fingers, and those are the ones that operate your clutch. So what you need is what's sometimes described as a wrist strengthener. Now, most of these don't actually exercise the wrist at all. That's the movement there. Why am I disappearing? They don't actually do that. What they do is they work the fingers, as I said. So my arm is disappearing there. Now, you can get rubbery egg things that do the job, and you can also get this kind of device. Why am I disappearing on the background there? The virtual background's not doing its job today. There we go. Sort of spiral spring thing. So what you do is you put that in between your fingers and you just clench it. So in theory, that should work fairly well. But I have found a better type, and that, if I can hopefully get you to see that, is this. And what this does is it gives you almost like a clutch lever, which you can pull in and out, and you can practice pulling it in as smoothly as you like, and you can practice releasing it nice and smoothly. And the other feature of this is that you can change the strength on the spring, the pull on the spring, by adjusting the spring at the top. Disembodied hands there. So the spring at the top is what allows you to change the pull on the spring, and according to some of the reports online, you can change it from anything from a sort of a 10 kilogram pull right up to a sort of 40 kilogram pull. So that gives you basically anything from sort of a 125 light clutch right up to the full-on lever de Jota type of clutch. Now, if you've never tried a lever de Jota clutch, if you can find one somewhere in a classic showroom or something, try the clutch on that to see just how strong it actually is. So to keep my grip up over the winter months, I just spend a few minutes exercising with these things a couple of times a day. You just can sit there while you're reading a book, or you often use it whilst watching the television. And yeah, it really is, you don't need to do an awful lot of exercise, sort of 5 minutes, 10 minutes is plenty. Sort of mini either hand and just swap over as soon as you start to feel a bit of tiredness. But it really does make a big difference. It really does strengthen up those finger muscles, the muscles that operate the finger in the forearm there, and it will really help with the clutch when you get back on the bike after a long break. Now, they're not expensive. I have found them for under £5 online, and there is a link below. So I would recommend that you do get hold of one and start using it. As I say, I think you'd be amazed at the improvement to the grip that happens over a very short period of time. So next year, start the exercises as soon as you stop riding. But this year, even just a couple of weeks before you get back on the bike, or as you are riding and getting used to riding back on the bike, it will actually improve your strength level. But remember, it's always easier to maintain a level of strength and fitness than it is to lose it, and then try to regain it. So just a quick affiliate link disclaimer. I have in the past avoided affiliate links, but I have decided to put one up for you here. So I may earn a commission if you click on the link and make a purchase. However, this will not incur any additional cost to you, and the opinions expressed here are my own, not influenced by any advertiser or affiliate partnership. Purchasing using my link means you are supporting my channel. Right, so that's it for today. As I said, just a very short one, and I will be back hopefully with the full shows in the not too distant future. I'll keep you posted, and I'll let you know why when I've sort of got my head around things that are going on back home here. Anyway, I'll hopefully see you with a show of some sort on Sunday. It may be another one of these short ones on fitness, or I may be able to put a full show together. I don't know yet. Nearer the date will be when I am able to make a decision on that. So thank you all for looking in. If you do get one of those fitness things, let me know how you get on with it, but I think you'll find it quite useful. So that is it from me, Kevin Williams, and this is a mini 11s on biking fitness and strengthening wrist muscles. Thank you for looking in. Hope you've enjoyed the show. As I say, any feedback, drop me a line. I'll be very interested to hear how it goes. Right, that's it for today.